And if you even look at the last trump in Revelation, you'll clearly see, my friends, that what happens right beforehand is that the two witnesses are slain, and then there's a great shout. Let's see if I can. All right, we'll start at 11. Just understand that this is that the two witnesses of Yahuwah have been slaughtered. Remember, there are going to be two witnesses who established the new moon for Yom Teruah, the day of trumpet blast, which I am saying I don't know which day of trumpet blast it will be, but I'm saying if Yahushua continues on in the pattern that he's keeping thus far in fulfillment, and we know that his next coming, his next fulfillment is with shofar sounds and trumpet blasts, it makes sense that it would be the very next feast he has to finish, okay? So, in verse 11, it says, "And after 3 days and a half, the spirit or ruach of life from Elohim entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them which saw." And this is talking about two witnesses again of Yahuwah, the prophets. "And they heard a great voice from heaven, or Shamayim, saying unto them, Come up here." Just as the high priest would say, "Come up here to establish the new moon, and that it's time to blow the shofar. Come up here." And they ascended up into heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. And the same hour was there a great earthquake, and the 10th part of the city fell, and in the earthquake were slain of men 7,000, and the remnant were affrighted, and gave glory to Elohim of heaven. The second woe is past, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly. And the seventh angel sounded, and there were great voices in heaven. Notice the two witnesses are taken up. They've obviously established that the time has come, and now the shofar sounds. The seventh angel sounded, or messenger sounded, and there were great voices in heaven saying, "The kingdom, or Malkut, of this world are become the kingdoms of Yahuwah and of his Messiah, and he shall reign forever and ever." So we see the seventh trump is the wrapping up. It's when the voices declare that this world has become the world of Yahuwah and his Messiah, and they will rule forever and forever. We see that this is the time where the two witnesses are resurrected. We see all these things linked in together, my friends. Now let's check out Revelation 20. I'm going to point this to you real quick. Revelation 20. Let's start with verse 4. "And I saw thrones, and they that sat upon them." I want you to follow this now. "And judgment was given unto them, and I saw the souls of them which were beheaded for the witness of Yahushua and for the word of Elohim, and which had not worshipped the beast, neither his image, neither had received his mark upon their foreheads or in their hands, and they lived and reigned with Messiah 1,000 years. So see that the people that are sitting on these thrones were beheaded, and that a lot of these people didn't take the mark of the beast. They didn't worship the beast. They didn't at all. Notice that. They didn't take the mark of the beast. So the option was given to them. They weren't snatched away before the beast came and started marking people, okay? And these people were put through persecution. All right, and this is what it says in verse 5. "But the rest of the dead lived not until the 1,000 years were finished." This is the first resurrection of those that were sitting on the thrones. This is the revelation that Yahuwah is getting. He sees these people on the throne. He says, "Oh, this is the first resurrection. These are those who were beheaded." Now, if when the time comes, we've seen in 1 Corinthians 15:52 that the dead rise first, and it's clearly we see that some of these people died by losing their heads. How could that happen before the tribulation? Follow what I'm saying now. In 1 Corinthians 15:52 says that the dead rise first, and then those who are alive and remain are called up. And if that happens before the tribulation, how in the world is it that right here we see that these people went through the tribulation and they're in the first resurrection? It just doesn't make sense, because logically, according to the way the Christians look at it, if the catching away takes place before the tribulation, then these people wouldn't have seen the Antichrist. They wouldn't have had a chance to take in the mark. They wouldn't have lost their heads by the beast system, okay? Clearly, my friends, they go through the tribulation. And it says, "Blessed and kadosh, or holy, is he that hath part in the first resurrection, and on such the second death hath no power, but they shall be priests of Elohim and of Messiah, and shall reign with him 1,000 years." So it is very imperative to understand what this is saying, and we see that these people clearly went through the tribulation. And also you need to think about this. If the rapture or the resurrection, they call them rapture, if the resurrection takes place before the tribulation, then when do the people who died through the tribulation get raptured? Because what happens is you have to have 2 or 3 different catchings away. And we see right here there are only 2. There is one resurrection for the just and the righteous, and one for the unrighteous. And the unrighteous don't take place till after the 1,000 years. So when does the righteous get resurrected who died through the judgment? Because literally what they're saying is, if this is the tribulation over here, and they're saying it happens first. So if this happening over here, this is tribulation, and this is the catching away, and the Christian, they say, they say the Christians will be removed. But who the true believers who believe in Yahuwah, if we were removed at this time before the tribulation, then how is it if there's the tribulation here and then 1,000 years, when do we get resurrected? It doesn't make sense unless we are resurrected immediately after the tribulation, just like our Messiah said, just like he said. People want to make this confusing. They want to dazzle you. They want to throw you for a loop and confuse you. Now let's just tear down this lie real quick. Revelation chapter 3. Revelation chapter 3, and I'm about to wrap this up. I just wanted to expose some of these things to you because I knew it was coming. I just didn't know when, and now was the perfect time to talk about the resurrection of putting on the incorruptible body that Yahuwah has planned for us. The beautiful picture of resurrection compared to the silly lie of the rapture. Let's see, this is the letter to Philadelphia, and this is what's used a lot. Revelation chapter 3 verse 10. Because thou hast kept the word of my patience, I also will keep thee from the hour of temptation, which shall come upon all the world, to try them that dwell upon the earth. Behold, I come quickly, hold fast the what thou hast, that no man takes your crown. Okay, so he says, because you've kept the word of my patience, which the Christians don't even do to begin with, that he will keep them, or keep us rather, from the hour of tribulation. But what does that mean? Look up that word keep. I want you to look it up in your Strong's Concordance. Just check it out. It's Teruah in the Greek. And this is what it means. So this is taken straight from blueletterbible.org, the Christian's own resources for what the word says. And this is what it says. It says, 1, attend to carefully or take care of. That doesn't mean remove. To guard. That doesn't mean remove. And B, it says a metaphor, to keep one in the state in which he is. Again, that doesn't mean remove at all. That means to keep somebody in the state which they are in, where they're at, to guard them and protect them. C, it says to observe. D, it says to reserve. And then it says to undergo something. Oh my. This is right in the Strong's Concordance. Look it up for yourself. And then the word from is ek. And the word, there are 3 different words in Greek that can mean to take something from something. And ek is the closest in proximity. In other words, it doesn't mean to take it out of a situation, but it means from and given a certain circumstance. So literally he's saying, because you've kept my words and my patience, I will guard you. Because remember that word keep means guard, that you will undergo something, but I will protect you. Because again, this is what this means. I will attend to you carefully. I will keep you in the state in which you are. I will observe you. Yahuwah will protect us. Now, I don't know what's going to happen to me, and I don't know what's going to happen to you, and many of us will have to lay down our lives, my brothers and my sisters, if stay strong in Yahuwah. But he will protect those who keep the word of his patience. And you better know that he's not going to start allowing the first who are going to go through the slaughter to be those who are calling on his name, because he wants his name preached in the earth, and we're doing that. He's going to guard us and protect us if we keep the word of his patience. But he's not going to remove us from the earth. It's a lie. Look it up. You have no excuse. Look it up.